with Mary Jane to save Aunt May. If you choose Batman, then you live with your parents dying and giving your secret identity to every woman that comes around, and most of them dying too. If you choose Superman, then you have to deal with being a godlike man and really having no issues.
If you choose Superman, you have to deal with having a wonderful, loving wife, a nice child, having all the powers of the world.
Superman's out. But do you get what I mean? You get their entire story, everything that goes along with them. Drucker, you said who you had chosen when we were eating dinner tonight, so I'm gonna let you go first so that you can give.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stick the same what I said earlier. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. Okay. I've always loved Spider-Man's character. Mm-hmm. I've always wished I was Spider-Man. Wish I had the powers. I want to get bit by a spider just so I can find out what really happens.
Sorry.
No, not a fat spider.
It doesn't work.
It's a radioactive Sam. You get all of Sam's powers,
you get all of Sam's saliva,
which is basically just being like.
I'm a good cook.
Which is being slightly more wrong than usual.
No, I
thinking he has the ability to fill everything with everything, and that's his superpower.
I think I would definitely go with Spider-Man. I thought about maybe doing like Captain America, because then you just sleep for 70 years and then...
That sounds great!
And then you wake up as a super soldier.
Yeah,
and then eventually go to Hydra.
Because they want to...
that's right, you have to be a Nazi at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For just a little bit of your life, but you
and then they try to forget that happened.
So you're Spider-Man. So you want your uncle to be dead and your parents.
Yeah.
So that's
but
good.
The thing is, I don't.
You want to live with your hot mom.
We're going comic book here, so Aunt May is old. All right.
So what's changed here, then?
Wow. Okay. I think we need to talk about this for a second.
No, we don't.
No. You're not looking at the comments. I am. So Felicity Runn, and one of my friends from high school and church, said Hellboy is not a superhero. So I responded and asked, "What is he?" And she said, "A mistake."
He is technically a.
What you
respond? No. You know what? She's right.
Yes.
And that's why I pick him. But since I'm not allowed to pick him, I'll do something else.
That's actually accurate.
Hellboy is legitimately my number one favorite superhero.
Would you like to be Hellboy? I'll let you be Hellboy.
No.
Because he is tied to DC enough that I can...
I actually have a better... I do have a better pick.
I want to hear this.
I actually would pick Booster Gold.
Booster Gold?
Because he's from the future, and he's just some loser from the future that wants to play hero.
That has a bunch of tech.
And he comes back, and no one cares about him. Everyone hates him.
Yeah, he's a loser.
And I'm like, for I don't know why, but for some reason I sympathize with his character. So yeah, I'd be Booster Gold in a heartbeat.
Booster Gold, okay. Does he even have any tragedy?
No.
He doesn't have powers.
He's literally just someone that no one cares about, and that's his tragedy, is that no one gives a crap. So I'm like, I kind of.
So
like
what's
that.
the difference between that and this?
I have more tech.
Okay.
And I'm from the future.
And he's from the present, so he neds to go back in time. It would be like if you went back to the Middle Ages with a shotgun.
Yeah,
that's literally what it is.
Can we find
do thou see my boomstick? And no one cares.
This is my boomstick.
Take a couple sticks of dynamite and a shotgun and penicillin.
Yeah. A lot of penicillin. It's just mostly penicillin.
All of the penicillins. Who's calling?
Nothing. I was turning on my phone.
Oh, that's nice. All right, so Tony, who would you be?
Oh man, I would have to go with Green Lantern.
Which one?
Dude, Booster Gold and Green Lantern have a great comedy run. That would but anyway.
It would be like the Odd Couple, right?
Yeah, exactly. That'd be
Hal Jordan, John Stewart.
I would go with
me.
John Stewart.
Yeah.
Be black. It'll be fun.
For our listeners, no. Man, you know what? That's a good question. I think I would go with. Wait, what was the first one?
Bye, Felicity. You're very welcome.
What?
She's going back to work, and she said thanks for making her break enjoyable.
Bye, Felicity.
What the heck was the first? It wasn't Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan or John Stewart?
Yeah, John Stewart.
You're going to be John Stewart?
Yeah.
For any other reason than that he's black, or?
Yeah. No. I don't know a lot about his backstory. Everybody's always seen like the main story guy, how he got his powers, how the original Green Lantern, I forget what his actual name was. crashed down to Earth, and then his ship actually didn't it run him over or something like that? Something happened.
I don't know. I know he was a Marine before he became a Green Lantern.
Yeah, I don't really remember what the deal was.
You may be mixing up the movie with the comics.
Am I?
You might be.
Am I really?
Which is a terrible thing to do.
That would be horrible.
You're a terrible human being.
I am a horrible.
We already knew that.
Yeah.
I'm just bad at this game.
All right. Well, while you're figuring that, I'll talk about who I would be. I think I go back and forth between being Batman.
That means dead parents, though.
I know, and being Wolverine.
That means dead parents, though.
It means dead everything.
Dead everything, yeah.
But I don't remember it, so
you
it's
don't
okay.
have friends. You have a concussion.
You deal with this terrible weighing guilt. You just have no idea where it's
I have
coming
no
from.
idea where it's coming from.
You have no heartbreaking love because it's always died in tragedy.
Either way, this is describing
well, yeah.
both of these. Except if I'm Wolverine, I have a healing factor, and if somebody comes and breaks my back, it just heals, and then I stab him in the face with my claws.
Yeah, but there's been this trend of Wolverine dying recently, so that's like a new thing. So.
But come on now, it'd be great. I'd have a great
that
time.
means you'd have to run around taking your shirt off and yelling, yeah!
But if I had any story,
so really, that's what it was for. It's just so you can run around, take your shirt off, and go, he's back, great.
But I'm already, because even in the comic books, Wolverine is about 5'6", and he's stocky. I literally already have Wolverine's body for the most part. All I need are adamantium claws, and I'm good to go. I have anger issues. My parents are dead. No, they're not. I just kidding.
Take your belly, put it in the muscles around your body.
Like your dad helps you every Sunday. Shut up.
I do think I'd end up going with Wolverine. I like his backstory. I'm raised by wolves in the wilderness because I run away from home. Because I killed my real father.
After he killed your fake father.
Right. I got really mad. It happens, you know. So I had bone claws, multiple painful experiences to get adamantium all over my skeleton at least twice.
You lose your soul, by the way.
But every time I die, I also get to fight the Angel of Death, and if I win, I get to come back.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he always wins.
No, he's only won once.
Oh, well.
The only time Wolverine didn't win was once, and he was allowed to come back because he traded his healing factor for the most part. His healing factor was greatly diminished.
Yeah. Which I actually like Wolverine, the older comics, because in the older runs, it was his healing factor was, he would heal from bullet in 8 hours and not months and months, and that was his healing factor. And so there was a comic I remember where it was like a comic strip almost, where he was just tearing through this room of guys, and he's getting shot and stabbed and everything. He kills everyone, walks out of the room, but he's not like, all right, I'm fine, but he's limping out of the room, but he just does it through sheer tenacity.
This was a mistake. I think I would go with Wolverine. I've always liked Wolverine. I like his backstory. I've always found his backstory interesting. Now, maybe if I was living it, I wouldn't find it as interesting. To just, at night be terrorized by my dreams of not actually being able to remember what has happened to me.
Yeah.
But I still think I'm going to go with Wolverine.
How does living with, crippling depression, but also not being able to die?
How is that different from my life right
Until
now?
You're able to die.
I am so fat, I want to die.
But here's the other great thing about being Wolverine. I can literally eat and drink whatever I want to.
You can be the Blob, too.
To be fair, but then alcohol...
Just be the Blob. and you can do whatever you want.
No. I'm halfway there.
Turn your sound off!
I did. It just turned itself on.
In all seriousness, though,
well, I don't drink, so that's not a problem.
Oh, okay, I was going to say alcohol wouldn't affect you at all.
Well,
so.
right, but I don't really drink, so...
Same with Captain America.
Right.
Yeah. Although that's the
but
last
it's
time
for different reasons.
Although that's the last time they mentioned it, because later on in other movies you can see him with a drink. So I'm like, is he just drinking that terrible stuff for no reason?
Because he wants to? No, you're right. As Wolverine, I could drink, I can smoke, I can eat all of the pizza. Just all of the pizza. Mm-hmm.
You also have a million mortal enemies. There's so many people that want to kill you for no reason.
How is that different from me now?
They're more capable. It's not a bunch of other fat white guys that want to hurt you. There's actually killers after you.
Yes, but as Wolverine, I'm the best at what I do. But what I do isn't very nice.
Yeah, that's true. I'm also saying you're laughing because I thought Tony had not plugged in the microphone this whole session.
That'd be great.
And I was like, all right, cool, start over, guys.
So I'd be Wolverine. I think I'd have a lot of fun. Nobody wants to join the X-Men with me?
Okay, legitimately, if I
If you had
wasn't
to be
Booster
an
Gold,
X-Men character.
if I wasn't Booster Gold, I'd be Xavier.
I always loved
I've got the
Great.
hair.
I hate you.
Good, I've got the hair. So
That's true.
You and I don't get along all the time. Sometimes we do, and then other times you're hiding stuff from me, and I want to stab you.
that's fun.
On a side
But I'll
note,
stab him instead.
Right, but but I'm also in a wheelchair, so I'll make you feel bad about it.
Exactly. Well, I could just cut off a leg, and at that point, it doesn't matter. You're not using him anyway.
That's very true, and I can't feel it either.
This is.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Tony?
I was going to say on a side note, if you guys haven't seen it, watch the I forget
Watchmen.
what it's called.
Who watches The Watchmen?
No, the X-Men thing on
X-Men.
YouTube.
It's literally X-Men.
X-Men.
It's by Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes, yes, on YouTube.
It's great.
Really?
He plays Xavier
He
and
plays
fires
Xavier,
all the X-Men.
fires everybody.
For different reasons. It's
Yeah.
great.
He's like, Jubilee.
What do you do?
Jubilee,
You make
what do
sparks
you-
out of your fingers.
Yeah.
At the rave, whoa. And then when he's firing Wolverine, Wolverine's like, but I have claws dipped in the hardest metal. And he's like, yes, but our arch nemesis is literally a guy that controls metal.
An angel. Angel.
Oh,
is the
yeah,
one too.
I've got
He goes-
wings.
And he goes, what do you actually do? You don't have any superpowers except for that you can fly. Well, anyone can hit you and you're gonna die.
They are very funny. I do enjoy them.
All right, I'll check this out.
X-Men, EX-Men instead of
I'm subscribed to Pete Holmes, so
okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Who would you be?
amazing.
I already said that. It'd be Spider-Man.
No.
And the X-Men.
An X-Man.
Oh,
Or
The
woman.
X-Men
Or
or
woman.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
I don't want to
No,
fight
no,
over
no,
him.
no! Now I want this. Now I super
Can he
want
be
this.
Blob?
No, here's the thing. I didn't think about what I was saying until I said it, and now I want it so bad. I want Wolverine and Jean Grey. That's what I want for you too.
He wants to make out with you?
Can he be Cyclops instead so I want to stab him all the time?
Yes.
But for real, who would you be?
If he's Cyclops, he can be Jean Grey.
All I have to do is cut out my heart and I would die, so
No, it would grow back.
it
Yeah, it would
depends.
grow
You
back,
have to cause enough physical damage that his healing factor can't
If
heal
you
it
chop
anymore.
off his head
Or-
completely, he would
or
die.
I'll just get the I can't remember the name of the sword, but it's an enchanted sword.
Yeah,
that
the-
either
yeah.
saber-tooth.
Carbonated.
Saber-tooth,
Carbonated.
yeah.
Yeah,
Saber-tooth.
can heal their
Carbonadium, yeah.
wounds. I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
cut my heart out with that, and I'm done.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, my heart might grow back, but I'll bleed out.
You can also drown.
That's true. I have thought about that. The easiest way probably to kill Wolverine is to drown him, but good luck doing that because he's going to start thrashing around
Yeah.
with his claws, and it's like trying to bathe a cat at that point. I mean, that's no bueno.
I think I might.
I mean, the easiest way
lot
to
of
kill
flailing.
Wolverine is tree trunk. That's what we found out. So
Oh, my heart.
no, there is no. Your heart is on
Yeah,
the
it
tree
was
trunk.
technically really in your heart.
Who would you be, David?
I was thinking I might choose Storm. Because I can
Because
control
you
the
want to
weather.
be black.
I can control the weather.
You want to be a
And-
middle-aged black woman?
And you want to say lines like, do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
Lightning.
The same thing that happens to everything else.
That was a bad
Bull
pun.
crap. Line.
Well, I would be the Queen of Wakanda.
That's
So
true.
you're gonna get married.
I don't want
Does
to.
that make Serena Black Panther?
Oh gosh.
Oh no!
Well, see you guys. I'm out. No, I'd be the Queen of Wakanda if I was Storm.
Yeah.
I'd be able to control the weather and make this a little less humid in here.
Hey, at least you would have Starbucks in Wakanda.
Could you dip me instead of in adamantium in vibranium? It's lighter and it's harder, and I might not die from poison.
I could see Sam dipping himself in candy, and he'd be like, "Shh," and a lollipop would pop out of his hand, and he'd be like,
Now, who would you be, Tony?
I would go with my favorite, Nightcrawler.
I was thinking of him too.
He's cool.
You do smell bad.
Wow.
Well, that's no different than now.
I don't know if that was like a specific trait that Nightcrawler has, or if that
know.
was just like
when
a-
he
that a knock at me?
teleports,
He smells like sulfur?
Of
Oh, it smells like
I thought
fart,
you
yeah.
were just like, by the way, you smell bad.
And
that was it.
I'm pretty sure all four of us have a smell about us at this point.
I've
It's
worked
so
for,
hot
I worked
in
for
here,
9
yeah.
hours today, and we're in a hot, sweaty,
A hot what?
sweaty.
Remember, I am
Slutty.
Wolverine, and I'm wearing a wife beater underneath this, so I'll just
have one
rip.
too.
I'm just gonna rip and go at this point.
It's a hot,
Nathan-
sweaty sweat box. It's gross.
Nathan Payne is watching. He was an old friend from high school way back
You had
when.
friends?
So, I did. I believe it or not, I don't anymore, but I did back then.
Speaking of friends, we have something we need to talk about here soon. So let's sign off of the podcast.
Okay.
And for our post-credit scene.
Yes, hang around on the live stream. We do every when we live stream, we end the podcast.